This is day 9. So then at the end of these days, we were going to do like a half of the days we have to do, and yeah, we will be closer to the end than from the start for the first time like tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be the hard parts are coming for the next. I mean, today will be all right. The next 4 days will be difficult.
Okay, so we are still walking through the Alice Valley, and we're going to be heading into the Chewing mountain ranges today and down into Hugh Gorge. Okay, we've got a nice view of the Chewing ranges ahead of us. So I think we're pretty close to Ghost Gum Flat according to the map. I think it's just on the other side of this river, but we have to find a way to cross without getting wet or having to take off our shoes. I think Leo may have found a way. Okay, so we've just arrived at the Ghost Gum Flat campsite for people who chose to stay here, but we're continuing on to Hugh Gorge that way. It's about 6.5 kilometres. So it's kind of like a nice little walk as we're crossing the Alice Valley. We're slowly moving away from the heavy tree range and slowly getting closer and closer to the Chewings range. So it's 11:30 and we've stopped for lunch. We tend to stop for lunch earlier because we usually have dinner at 6 o'clock, and then we go to bed at the Hiker's Midnight, which is 7 p.m, just as the sun goes down.
No, it's also because she's Australian.
It's a few flyers today. Yeah, and we're usually up at 5:30. So lunch today, usually I swap between two lunches. I either have wraps with Donskis and Kraft cheese sticks, or today I'm having wraps with peanut butter and Nutella. So yeah, that will be our lunch. Whoops, that'll be our lunch today. Just got to find the wraps, and the wraps are just just these Woolworths whole grain wraps. So it'll make a nice lunch, and then I've just got some water with some vitamin pills in it. And it's still somewhat cool, so I'm happy about that. What do you have for lunch, Leo? You've got the Donskis and the cheese sticks.
Donskis and cheese, classic.
Delicious.
I think I still have it for like how many days?
Yeah, then Leo's run out of food the last 2 days, so he's going to have to try and
so I still
get some of my Nutella.
So at one point, I don't know, I'm going to eat like on top of I think the Brindley Bluff, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And
that's okay, I have extra Nutella.
the second day of Brindley Bluff, I don't care, like, because I will just push here to wake up like at 5 a.m. and
just
to be as soon
get
as
down
possible.
get down Stanley Chasm for burgers.
10K as soon as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so right now we are at Hugh View, and I'm assuming that down there is Hugh Gorge, and tomorrow we're going to be going through there. So we
are almost at Hugh Gorge. This is the last step. And tomorrow we'll go like directly like in the gorge. And probably coming up the back to Fringe Creek and the Razorback for the next day.
So we have reached the Hugh Gorge trailhead, and this is the end of section 6. And this is the most remote trailhead on the Larapinta Trail. And so that's Hugh Gorge, where we're heading tomorrow. So we're going to be spending our day tomorrow scrambling through the gorge. It's going to be a lot of bouldering. We've got the famous swim where we have to swim across and ferry our packs up the stick and along the rock wall. So we're going to be going through Hugh Gorge tomorrow to Fringe Lilly. Okay, hey everybody, it's we just finished section 6 of the Larapinta Trail. So that's 7 sections down, 5 sections to go. We're about to start section 5 tomorrow, going through Hugh Gorge, camping at Fringe Creek. So how many kilometres have we done so far?
126, as according to the panel.
We've got 97 kilometres to go. So we're over halfway in terms of distance, in terms of sections, and we're on day 9. So we're exactly halfway in terms of days. So yay, we made it.
Yeah, I mean we made it. We have the hardest sections, so section 5 and section 4, which is the hardest section.
Yeah, so tomorrow going through Hugh Gorge, a couple of k's in, we've got to swim. We've got to kind of swim and haul our packs over a ledge. We're meant to stick to the left-hand side. There's like a log down that side. So one person pushes, like goes in up to their waist or something, and or knees, and pushes the bags up the log. The other person swims around, climbs up along the rock ledge and grabs them. Then the other person has to swim around. We've got that, and so yeah, it's just a lot of we're in the canyon, we're in the gorge, a lot of rock hopping. So that's going to be difficult. We only have how many kilometers?
8, pretty much tomorrow. Less than 8.
Yeah, so it's not fun. It's only about 5 hours. So
so it's technically it's 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
We're stepping at Fringe Creek to have like a halfway turn, and then the next day we have the Razorback, which will be like a huge step up. So
from this direction, heading like east, it's a pretty steep climb. Anyway, just focusing on one day at a time. We're hoping to get to Fringe Creek tomorrow and camp there, and then the next day is the Razorback, and we'll be camping at section 4-5 junction.
And we have to take the water up to the Brinkley Bluff. So that's
the end of section 5, and then section 4 is Brinkley's Bluff.
Yep.
Yeah, section 4 we have to up Brinkley's Bluff, and then it's down to Stanley Chasm, and after that we're just on the. Well, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a long day going to J Creek, but after that we're on the home stretch. The last 50 kilometres is essentially flat. So section 1 and 2.
Do you want to make for the first half? That was this first half in terms of days. What was your highlights, or maybe?
I've got to say one of my highlights was just camping on Hilltop Lookout, because we had we were behind like a little rock wall, and we were laying in there and just looking out at the silhouette of Mount Sonder. When the sun set, the sun rose, and just the stars were just incredible. So just like cowboy camping on the top of Hilltop Lookout, right near facing Mount Sonder, was incredible. I also liked the view from Mount Giles. That was just, it was just incredible up there. Really beautiful.
In between these, so you have to camp at Hermit's
Hideaway. That would have been nice to camp up there if you were going in the opposite direction to us. It didn't really, in terms of distance and water carrying, didn't really work out for the direction we were going.
The water carrying, we have the prime for the Brinkley Bluff, but we have the only 1 day of food, so we'll try to make it work. So worst case scenario, you just drink the water up. You just like the second day you drying out. The thing is, we've been quite lucky in terms of, we had like the rain. That's true. That was a bad day for this, and twice, at the start we wasted a race day that wasn't planned at first. And like the Waterfall gap, the Waterfall creek, that was a little bit difficult in that case because it was like we were a bit like a shitty. But at the same way, the rest of the time it was pretty much cool to walk in. I can see today that literally walking in the afternoon, starting like 11:30, it started really to warm up.
Yeah.
So you still have to wake up like early to for the climbings. We will have to wake up early and start climbing as soon as possible. As soon as we only like start walking when the light's out. We don't feel any need or the purpose to, because we're only doing like halfway all the time, so pretty much it won't make any change. We'll see what we do for the Stanley Chasm to J Creek if we need like to increase. Probably not, since after that should be alright. But you can clearly see that now it's warmer. That will be a question of carrying more water and things like this. So
from midday it gets super hot and the flies come out. So what was your highlight day or highlight?
To me, literally, it's surprising it's not being up here. The top lookout was really nice. Cones Point was foggy for us, so I'm glad we didn't camp there. Like many people say, camp on Cones Point, but sometimes just like foggy. Like we met some guys that went to Brinkley Bluff and literally say like the same stuff. It was the day it was actually foggy, so they couldn't see anything. Which can happen, I can understand that. No, but best day for me was like going from Serpentine Gorge to Ellery Creek North, coming out of so when you're like at the junction, coming from west to east, coming out of the junction and being on the plain, we had a really beautiful sky because you have all the clouds and the sun trying to pierce them. It was really beautiful. It feels like a huge plane that you come down. So that was to me like the best picture I had right now.
That was a nice day. That was a beautiful day.
And also you're seeing like the sun coming up at Mount Sonder, like the morning of Hilltop Lookout. It was pretty nice. Definitely the hardest part is like river crossing when you have to remove your shoes. It feels a bit of a waste of time. So we've been pretty lucky because apart from Finke River, we could have avoided and we did it. Otherwise, we only had to do it once. So we'll see for tomorrow it goes. Keep it slow and steady.
Yeah, I mean normally we wake up 5:36 and we're starting to walk like 7:45 between that time. But tomorrow will probably be the same. We'll probably get up at 6 and start. We don't want to do the water crossing until the sun's come up at least. A little bit for an hour or so.
We never start like walking until the sun is like, even if it's just like it starts to rise, that's the moment to start like for a long walk.
Yeah, and that way we can relax when we get to camp. We like to, we're camping inside the shelter but with our the tent up today. Because we have to sort of just do our washing, dry out the tent, look at the maps for the next section. So it just gives us time to do that. We've done some sections in one hit, other sections we're breaking into two. So. Right, we'll sign off now then. And bye-bye. Okay, so tonight we are camping in the shelter, but with the inner up. Just because we don't want to get the whole tent wet, and it is kind of a bit cold and it's buggy, so it just gives us a little bit more privacy. So we're going to be. So we're just going to be camping here tonight. It'd be nice to have a dry platform to pack up on in the morning. Okay, and so that peak over there is Brinkley's Bluff, where we'll be in a couple of nights' time. We're going to climb up there. The sun's starting to go down, and we're heading that way tomorrow. Into Hugh Gorge. Okay, so tonight we have laksa noodle soup. And I'm starving, so this is going to be